down? What's going down? All my peoples on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. Instagram too. I'm worldwide, as you would know. But tonight I was feeling nostalgic. I was feeling real nostalgic about the old black shows and movies that we love over the years. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of y'all are saying, damn, what are you talking about? I'm talking about the movies from my era or where I came up. You know what I'm saying? Some of the movies. So don't unalive me. Don't unalive me for talking about some of the movies. Maybe not all the movies that y'all want to see and talk about, but I think some of the iconic black shows and black movies of all time that we know and love. Now, one of the ones I know y'all, for those that are old enough to remember, I know y'all remember this one. I'm Going to Get You Sucka. Kenan Ivory Wayans, yo, he was crazy, man. It was real crazy back then. That was a funny movie, man. Yo, iconic movie. To those that remember, I'm Gonna Get You Sucka. A lot of people remember The Color Purple. Miss Celie, you sure is ugly. But hey, we used to love that movie. We loved that movie. And a lot of people got famous and are still famous to this day behind that movie. Another movie was that movie Glory. Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman, Matthew Broderick. It was a lot of good. That movie was crazy, man. Oh my Lord, 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 Lord. Yo, I shed a tear for real off that movie. For real, I love that movie, Glory. That was a great movie. And it just goes to show you that when you give black people the opportunity, we can thrive and perform in these situations better than you think. But you know what I'm saying? These are some of the iconic movies and shows that we love. Another one was New Jack City. A lot of people love New Jack City. I know, I was strung out on some New Jack City. I'm telling you, man, New Jack City turned a lot of people out, especially in Covenant, Virginia. Turned a lot of people out. That movie right there. Good, bad, or indifferent. We saying that New Jack City was a cultural phenomenon in a maybe not so positive way of that it made the dope game appealable to everyday young black males. And maybe that wasn't such a good thing. But hey, you live and you learn. You really do. You really do. Another one was Menace II Society. Come on. What black people don't remember Menace II Society? Yo, that was crazy. All of y'all remember Menace II Society and what that movie meant. You know what I'm saying? Exploring what went on in the hood. It may not have been as good as Boyz n the Hood, but damn, it was a great movie. You got Harlem Nights, of course. Harlem Nights, one of the great classics. Eddie Murphy, I said it before, he got his own personal issues, y'all. But on the end of the day, that man made some cultural, impactful movies where he portrayed black people in a great light. See what I'm saying? Y'all don't understand. Black people get portrayed in all types and shapes of ways, but in this movie in particular, Harlem Nights, it portrayed Harlem as the beauty that it was, because Harlem was really beautiful, y'all. For real, that's the truth of the matter that a lot of people don't want to understand. Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, make it rock. But you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of the black shows and movies that we love over the years, and that a lot of them are your personal favorites. You know, you got Harlem Nights, you got Boomerang. Come on, Boomerang. Y'all don't remember Boomerang? Man, for those of y'all old enough to remember, Boomerang was a great movie, man. People loved Boomerang. They loved Eddie Murphy in that movie. You know what I'm saying? Some of the cultural trends that that movie set still go on to this day. And of course, y'all remember Coming to America and What's Love Got to Do with It. Of course, on shows, the Def Comedy Jam. Oh my God. House Party, all of them. Come on, y'all. House Party. I mean, it's a lot of movies out there that really move people. Martin Lawrence, cultural icon to this day. He may have had his issues. Everybody know that. But you know what I'm saying? It still was. The Bernie Mac show. Oh my God. That man transcended white, black, or whatever. And you know what I'm saying, made his brand into something that is to behold to this day, even after his passing. Sorry. Rest in peace, Bernie Mac. But shit, the Kings of Comedy, that'll go down as something that will never be forgotten. In Living Color. You got In Living Color. In Living Color sparked a lot of people's careers. Shout out to the Wayans family. Kenan and Ivory Wayans for putting that show together and put his whole family on and put some of the greatest entertainers that we know to this day on. When I go down memory lane, I think about all these things that spark a revolution of the future for comedy, for whatever you have you. The Arsenio Hall show. God, I'm old. I'm sorry. TikTok, I'm sorry. YouTube, I'm sorry. Facebook, I'm sorry. But hey, the Arsenio Hall show for me back in the days, that's where you got your cultural messages from. Whether good, bad, or indifferent, it was one of those things to where you look at it and you see, I wanted to be where these people were. I wanted to see what these people seen at that time in my life. Young teenager. Horny goat. But that's what I did, you know, back then. But Boyz n the Hood, for a lot of people, that was a great black movie. Shout out to John Singleton. A lot of people don't know about John Singleton. You know what I'm saying? He was a great director. It's just a shame he didn't get the opportunity to do more than just black movies. Because contrary to people's popular beliefs, black people can do more than just black movies. Shout out Antoine Fuqua. He's done all kinds of movies since he did Training Day. But it's one of those movies that showcases that you can expand as a black director if given the right opportunities, because he's done a whole lot of different movies. I think a lot of black directors, especially back in the days, no disrespect to Spike Lee, but you get stuck in that one genre where you only do black movies. You know what I'm saying? And you can't expand. So when you do try to expand, it's one of those things to where they're like, nah, we don't know, my way. We don't know if you can really do this. But it's a lot of black movies. Y'all remember Ricky from Boys in the Hood? A lot of females felt some type of way when Ricky got taken out. I'm telling you, man, a lot of females felt some type of way when Ricky got taken out. I felt some type. I was like, damn, man, he had the opportunity. He was going to college. He was about to be on. Damn, it's just crazy, man. Another one was Dead Presidents, underrated in my view in a lot of aspects. But Lorenz Tate, that was a great movie in itself. Dead Presidents showcased a lot of great up and coming actors along with older actors that was able to do their thing on the main screen. But once again, it showed the social conditions of the time to where even now you can see the similarities to where resources are drained. People feel like they don't have no way out and they gotta do what they gotta do. Whether you was a government hero or not, you felt you had to do what you had to do. And it's crazy to think that a lot of people live like that. But it was nonetheless a great movie, for real, for real. Look, and I made a video about Eddie Murphy before. Despite what you want to think about Eddie Murphy's personal positions and things he did, he made great movies for black people. But his stand-up comedy, a lot of people don't realize that Raw and Delirious, you know what I'm saying, was some of the great stand-up comedy movie type things that you was getting at the time in the 80s, in the late 80s. Because before it was records, like I said before you used to get your favorite comedian on records. You wouldn't really get to seeing them on the big screen or hearing them out close. So that's what we went through. Now, Shaft, you can go back to Shaft. People that love the movies of the back in the 70s and even the remakes, but Shaft was a cultural icon. Shout out Richard Roundtree. For those of y'all that didn't know, I'm telling you, that man was a good man. Made a lot of good movies. Of course, I mentioned Training Day. And who can forget The Last Dragon? Man, I'm telling you, for those of y'all, yeah, 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 that thought you knew Kung Fu back in the days, come on, man. The Last Dragon, one of those special movies that you'll never forget. Who can forget Show Enough? Who can forget? And for the newer school, who can forget any of the Tyler Perry movies? Who can forget? You know, if you look at it, Tyler Perry, look at his personal situation. The man went from homeless to being built a multi-media empire. So love him or hate him for his political views or how he does people or whatever you have you, the man done his thing. But that's just some of the movies I went through to show y'all of some of our great black movies. But I wanted to share a video about some of the top 90s dramas that we used to know and love. What a time to be alive. And if you lived in the 90s, God bless you. God bless you, for real. No, ma'am.
I don't care about what's going on in the hood.
Welcome to WatchMojo. And today, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 black drama films of the 1990s.
You've been sitting down and laying down and bowing down for 400 years. I think it's time to stand up.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most acclaimed and important movies that centered on black characters in a pivotal decade for representation. Since Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing came out in 1989, we'll have to talk about that legendary movie on another list. Which of these dramas resonates the most with you? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, New Jack City.
Hey, listen. I've been authorized to set up an independent drug fighting unit, and I'm picking you. Got it? Why me? Why you, man? You from the neighborhood? I can trust you.
Set during the height of a drug epidemic, New Jack City follows a vengeful police detective who leads an undercover mission to bring down a powerful criminal ring in Harlem. This concept gave us an exciting crime thriller filled with suspense and surprising turns. Director and actor Mario Van Peebles dove into the complex plights of the epidemic with raw and boundary-pushing scenes. Meanwhile, Snipes often stole the spotlight as the iconic kingpin Nino Brown.
This is the fruit of our hard work, the belief in the entrepreneurial spirit, the new American dream.
And let's not forget the soundtrack that was just as big of a pop culture phenomenon. Above all, New Jack City is remembered as a uniquely gritty and enlightening.
Now, who don't remember New Jack City? For real. Yo, that movie was crazy. When I first seen that, man, it was crazy. I was like, yo, this movie is the shit. You know what I'm saying? For real. And it turned a lot of people out in my hometown. It really did. A lot of people left their morals and principles and wanted to, was like, bump that, let's get some money. You know what I'm saying? So it was one of those crazy things. But New Jack City, for those of y'all that remember, definitely was something to behold at the time. Shout out Ice-T.
Cult classic within the halls of black cinema.
I was like business fight. Wasn't personal. I'd rather it's always business. Never personal.
Number 9, Rosewood.
Y'all remember Rosewood?
Get the guns, mama. You stay out the window. No, Sylvester. Mama, just stay out the window.
In order to bring attention to the horrors of 1923's Rosewood Massacre, John Singleton blended fact and fiction for this seminal film. The movie revolves around the true story, where a primarily black town and its people were attacked as.
See, that's what I go to show you about John Singleton. He was a great director, man, but because that's what he only did was black movies, it kind of took away from the things he really could do if you gave him the opportunity to. But he stole the thing. He stole the show. He definitely stole the show. He stole that show. He definitely stole the show. For real. In my eyes, he stole the show because, you know, John Singleton had made a lot of movies that people love, and it gave the real nitty gritty of what was going on. And I think a lot of people wanted to discredit that and poo-poo that at the time, but they couldn't. So that's what I really love about the John Singleton movies and the movies of that era.
Part of a racially motivated crime. In a departure from reality, the plot focuses on a veteran who helps keep people safe during this turbulent event. Rosewood depicted victims of racial atrocity with nuance and resilience, while examining just how easily ignorance and anger can turn into violence.
I'm just saying I don't mess with your peoples. I don't want you messing with mine. Now, thank you very kindly. Sir.
The movie's cast, led by Ving Rhames, all gave towering performances that were quaking with emotion. They all made sure Rosewood would stand as a powerful history lesson that remains relevant to this day.
Which way you headed?
Same as you, friend. Gonna catch that train.
Number 8, Set It Off.
Now, don't get me started on the black early people of the early 1900s that I love and I respect to this day because of what they went through. That's why it's so sad to see how some of us act today as black folk in America when these people was innovative and creative in a time when it wasn't politically or socially popular. So shout out to them. Shout out to all of y'all. Hopefully I can move everything forward for the brothers and sisters. But you have to show love to the ancestors first and foremost, because they did sacrifice a lot to make us gain forward and move momentum in a positive way, of course.
Off.
They don't know half of what I know about banks. Well, what if something goes wrong? What if somebody gets hurt?
After getting fired from a bank that got held up, Frankie Fox recruited 3 friends to help her pull off robberies of her own. This crew shines in a groundbreaking heist movie. Not only did it demand that 4 black women lead the film, but the script gave each character distinct motivations.
We gotta have a plan. What does our future look like? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Their personal issues kept us hoping they would get away with their crimes and finally overcome the obstacles that held them back. The complex cast and story was expertly directed by F. Gary Gray. He made sure to give us slick action, heartbreaking turns, and soul in a cult classic heist film full of strong messages.
You know we weren't ready. Look, if I didn't set it off, we'd be cakes and bakes for the next 2 months. I had to push y'all.
Number 7, Eve's Bayou.
Daddy and Mrs. Moreau. What about Daddy and Mrs. Moreau?
Supercharge your business with the all-new Shopify Point of Sale, the all-in-one POS solution.
I saw them kissing.
Eve's Bayou allows audience to experience a family drama through the eyes of a 10-year-old who lives in Louisiana. After she appears to see her father having an affair, she tries to lean on others to piece together what really happened. Eve's quest traps her in a web of lies weaved by the people she thought she could trust the most. This coming-of-age drama is anchored by a dynamic performance from breakout star Journey Smollett.
I wanted it.
Young boys.
I wanted to have it. I need it. Oh, God.
Additionally, Megan Good, Samuel L. Jackson, and more fully commit to their complex roles. What makes this story especially notable is that it completely roots itself within a vibrant and rich Black community. As all the drama unfolds, the story never loses sight of who it aims to represent.
Tell me what happened. Please.
Number 6, Juice.
Who's cute? It's right behind. What's up? Well, everybody got their gloves? Man. Old man Quillez is in there by himself. Let's do this.
Omar Epps led Juice as an aspiring DJ who gets wrapped up in the fallout of his friend's armed robbery gone wrong. While he was starring in his breakout role,
now I know y'all remember Juice. Juice was a classic, for real, for real. Tupac, Omar Epps, Alan Payne. That was one of those movies where you was like, dang, that's real. For real. Y'all was like, oh, man. But Tupac definitely made that movie. For real. That's why Hollywood, man, he was the ultimate threat. For those of y'all that don't know, Tupac was the ultimate threat. He could beat you on the acting level, the rapping level, on the personal level, any level. That's why he became a threat. Shout out to Tupac, rest in peace.
Hip-hop legend Tupac Shakur constantly stole the show as the crew's domineering and unpredictable leader.
I warned him. You saw that. I told him, man. He had no business grabbing the gun like that.
The talents of both acting heavyweights shined in a tale of police harassment and gang violence in 90s Harlem. Through their experiences, audiences understood how getting away with one crime can become a slippery slope. The film expertly blended all of its social commentary with elements of coming-of-age tales and thrillers. Supported by excellent performances and masterful directing, Juice is a must-see crime classic.
Are you Lorraine Powell's son?
Yes.
Tell your mother Jackie said hi. Yeah.
Number 5, Menace II Society.
A week out of high school, and I got blasted in the shoulder. I went to shock when I saw all that damn blood. I mean, I ain't never been shot before, so I thought I was gonna die.
Albert and Alan Hughes painted the bleak portrait.
Nah, I know y'all remember Menace II Society. Come on, y'all. Y'all got to remember that. Menace II Society was one of our black classic films from the hood. If you lived in any hood or wherever you lived at, because people could relate to that movie in a way that many couldn't understand, especially if you was living in these environments and you seen some of the things that go on in these big inner cities where it's a lot of poor and disenfranchised folks. A lot of people don't understand that. They don't want to believe that to be real, but it's a real thing. And y'all should recognize that.
Of the life of a South Central teen nicknamed Kane. Although he's repeatedly encouraged to escape a vicious cycle, he constantly finds himself falling deeper into the life his loved ones never wanted him to have. Some crime movies make the dark path look glamorous or exciting. However, Menace II Society never shies away from the brutal realities of that world.
I've seen lots of people killed before, but I ain't never done it myself. I mean, I never had a reason to. But when they killed my cousin, I knew I was going to kill them.
The candid depiction of street crime and violence were met with controversy. But the co-directors truly wanted to convey how hard it is for young people to escape the most sinister trappings of their environments. While it may drive some audiences out of their comfort zone, it's unquestionably a gripping and important Black drama.
You need to be glad that you graduated from high school and that you're alive at 18, and you need to do something with yourself before you end up like he did.
Number 4, South Central.
I swear to God, I never touched a woman, man. I don't deserve this. Bobby, I swear to God, you man, I didn't do this.
Stephen Milburn Anderson's South Central deals with a reformed Los Angeles gangster's struggle to adapt outside of prison and save his son from following the same criminal path. The story was praised for its emotional and high-stakes storytelling. Watching Bobby Johnson fight to save his
OG Bobby Johnson, for y'all, those of y'all that don't remember, South Central, definitely one of the greater movies. Like I said, I know those of y'all that is watching, those of y'all that are tuning in, it's like, damn Buzz, damn Chris B. There's a lot of Black movies out there. And I agree. But these are some of the ones I just put together along with Mojo. Shout out to them, Mojo. If you're on YouTube, go subscribe to them. But I had to cut that to show y'all some of the movies that people know and love in the Black community. And definitely South Central was one of them, if you love drama. Definitely.
child from losing everything is incredibly compelling.
I told a man in prison, that I would save my son's life, even if it took my life.
Attention retirees, if you're willing to be at your computer from 9 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. on most weekdays, I can show you one.
I'm willing to die here today, Ray.
And throughout this fictional tale, there's plenty of reminders of real-life issues plaguing the Black community. Despite the dark narrative, there's a strong undercurrent of optimism and hope underneath everything. The positive feedback from critics and audiences proved that the film struck a chord with many. South Central ultimately leaves viewers with the sense that it's never too late for redemption.
Great movie. Will give you back to me. I love some of the stuff that was going on.
We're going to start this whole thing all over again. And we're going to do it the right way.
Number 3, what's love got to do with it?
Oh,
Jackie, I just
out of a hard situation.
I know what it's like. Got your own blood walk out on it.
Angela Bassett won a Golden Globe for this biopic, chronicling the career of music icon Tina Turner and her turbulent marriage to producer Ike Turner. If you watch just a minute of it, you'll understand exactly why. Bassett completely transforms.
Now, I agree. Angela Bassett should have won an Academy Award for this movie. So should Lawrence Fishburne, Larry, formerly, but so should him. They should have won an Academy Award for this movie, man. It was a great cinematic performance that over years has stand the test of time. For those of y'all that don't know about that movie, what's the love got to do with it? She really hung with Tina Turner and studied her, got her mannerisms right. Man, yo, one of the great movies of our time. That's all I'm going to say.
To portray the iconic singer's greatest highs and deepest lows. While some of the film's events were made up for the movie, Bassett and her co-stars still give towering performances that feel realistic. The tension between her and Lawrence Fishburne is palpable during every one of the film's tense confrontations.
I'm asking you nice.
And I'm saying no nice. Come on.
Come on.
Although there's plenty of sensational scenes and sparks, the movie never loses sight of its star. This memorable biopic is a sobering and stunning tribute to the queen of rock and roll.
I just believe that anything is possible. You know, anything. And it took me a long time to get out of my system. And now that I've done that, I'm ready.
Number 2, Malcolm X.
400 years is long enough. You've been sitting down and laying down and bowing down for 400 years. I think it's time to stand up.
Oscar winner Denzel Washington portrays how the historic icon went from a life of crime to becoming the face and voice of a Black movement.
Now, I know y'all know and love Malcolm X. Great movie. Denzel probably should have won the Academy Award for that one. He won it for John Q, I believe. No. I'm sorry. He won it for Training Day. Because they couldn't believe how evil he could be. Denzel played a lot of good, wholesome roles, but they couldn't believe he could play that character. A lot of people, he released John Q that same year. A lot of people believe he should have won it for John Q, but he won it for Training Day. You know why? Because white folks were walking out the theater. They couldn't believe it. They was like, yo, that ain't Denzel. I'm out of here. This ain't Denzel. Denzel played the hell out of that character so good that white folks walked out of the theater was like, nah, that ain't Denzel. We ain't buying this. This is not him. So he played the hell out of that role. And I believe Halle Berry won for Monsters Ball. Now, we ain't going to say there's a lot of conspiracy theories that say what she had to do to win that role. And I hope that that's not true. But I personally think he should have won it for this.
Like the man himself, Lee's Malcolm X shocked audiences with its scope and intensity. It intimately examined the complexities and internal conflicts within the iconic divisive ideology. At the same time, it championed the importance of Black empowerment and civil rights.
There can be no Black-white unity until there's first some Black unity. We cannot think of uniting with others until we have first learned to unite amongst ourselves.
And everything is tied together by an outstanding performance from Denzel Washington in the title role. Lee's period piece never lets viewers forget that there's still much work to be done. But by the end of what many consider his magnum opus, Malcolm X's call for pride and humanity prevails.
Malcolm, do you think your cause will be successful? I sincerely hope so.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Boyz in the Hood.
I didn't do nothing.
You think you tough? You think you tough?
You tough, huh?
Boyz in the Hood follows the gifted yet troubled Trey's coming-of-age story in South Central LA. During the narrative, his father and tragic experiences lead him to...
Come on now, y'all know. This was one of our cultural all-time favorites. Shout out Ice Cube. Don't get enough credit. One of the many men in Hollywood that didn't bow down and found his own way and didn't have to do the certain things that you have to do in Hollywood to succeed. And he still found a way. I ain't saying he ain't got his own demons that he got to deal with, but he didn't take that route that many people do. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Many people do. And I'm proud of Ice Cube because he didn't. Now, if it was come to proving otherwise, I would be the first to say, oh, man, damn, Ice Cube. But he didn't do that. He didn't. He did what he had to do. He really did. And that's why I say salute Ice Cube. For real.
To learn hard lessons about masculinity and systemic racism. While other films tackled these subjects too, Boyz in the Hood approached those topics with a depth and sensitivity that even some modern films fail to capture.
Yeah, the best way you can destroy a people, you take away their ability to reproduce themselves. Yeah. Who is it that's dying out here on these streets every night? Y'all.
Since Boyz in the Hood was a big hit, director John Singleton and his cast instantly became household names. Its success also encouraged many other filmmakers who came after to explore racial issues with complexity and nuance. The impact this early 90s drama had on generations of moviegoers and movie makers cannot be overstated.
Either they don't know, don't show. I don't care about what's going on in the hood.
Don't care.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
Recordings.
Yeah, I don't know which one it was. I got all of them playing. But I'll play this one for now. On the way out. The message to Black America is we've done so many great things. You cannot deny that. The only obstacle is opportunity. So if you don't get the opportunity, then we don't thrive as a people. And that's the only difference. For real. If you listen to me tonight, you hear me, you feel me, look at it like this. You can do anything that your mom wants you to do. You just have to strive to do it. Sometimes we don't. It's a lot of obstacles that they place in our way for that, but strive to do what you want to do. But hey, I know I missed a lot of Black shows and Black movies that y'all would love to highlight. So please let me know down in the comments below. But once again, it's your boy, Kris B, aka Buzz. Thank y'all for tuning in. I like it. Tune in to your boy. Huh? And if you're on YouTube, you better damn well subscribe to Kris Barber YouTube. What are you waiting for? Let's go. My peeps, all about. Let's get done.